I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come
time.
on now, you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids, happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not in the United States, happy Thursday. Anyway, I had a family event tonight and over at my wife's family, as we all do on Thanksgiving. And I got one this weekend back home at my mom's. And so I'm going to be offline Saturday and Sunday as far as YouTube's concerned. But then tomorrow I'm going to try and knock out the rest of the drone build for, what's his name? Troll Hunter. Anyway, so I wanted to do something quick tonight. It's like, man, is there anything that I'm missing that I could just do a fast thing on? And one of the things that I built, a month and a half ago was a micro Y4 brushless. And this is it. A lot of you may have seen the video on this where I tore apart an Emax Baby Hawk, which are completely useless, and a King Kong 95 GT, which isn't totally useless, but I didn't like it. So, 95 GT smokes the Baby Hawk, as far as I'm concerned. But anyhow, I didn't like either one of them. And I think those are the only two pre-builts I ever bought. And, and now I remember why I don't buy pre-builts. But anyway, so these are actually those cheap-ass Baby Hawk 6-amp ESCs. And these are, and it's camera, the 200 milliwatt all-in-one camera. And these are the King Kong 95 GT blah motors. What are these fucking things? 1103 7800s. They got a little bit of spice to them. I put in an Omnibus F4 flight controller, and so we have full Betaflight OSD on this thing, because the Baby Hawk, the crappy Hawk camera, does have OSD capabilities. It's pretty easy. It does have a nice camera. It's the only thing on a Baby Hawk that's worth anything. And we're using Hulky props on this. And basically what I did, I should have made this look not so hillbilly. I didn't fix my prop. But this is my little Micro 80 that I built a long time ago. And they make this exact same frame. I love this little guy. They make this exact same frame in a 110 size, I believe, which is what this is. So I bought one of those, and I cut the arms off the rear. And you can see, it's kind of hard to see through the tape. Let's see. Bam. There's a bolt there and a bolt there. Actually, there's a nut there and a bolt there and a nut there and a bolt there. So what I did is I cut off the arms, did a little Dremel work to neaten it up, and I took this one and I roughed up the carbon fiber underneath on both the arm and the body. I roughed it up with sandpaper. Then I put epoxy down the old bottom arm, and then I bolted it nice and tight and let it dry. Then I took the other one, and before I had done this, I took both arms, put them together, drilled 2 holes so they'd have symmetrical holes through there, parallel holes actually, and between, you can't see it because I got these ESCs on the side, I actually put a couple nuts, little plastic nylon nuts in between there on the bolt that goes through. Those are metal M2 screws, bolts, and cap screws. So you have to keep these rear arms from flexing a whole lot. Now, if they flex like that, I'm putting a lot of strength on there, a lot of power. They flex about as much as the front, so that's not a big deal. But you don't want to have a Y4. Like here's a bigger example. This one's same thing. This is one of my first ones that I built. This is out of an X210 frame I cut up. That one doesn't move at all. I got some nasty spacers in that one. And then I got the Y4 drone that I built. That's the same thing. But you don't want those rear arms oscillating. So I built this real quick. I didn't do a build video on it, but like I said, it's a couple months ago. Oh, we're going to do this because I don't like these 2 birds, and I'm going to take the parts out and do it. Yeah, and I never finished it. I just kind of put it on the shelf and never dialed it in, and it's like, And then my buddy Matt over in the UK, Matt Chewbacca, he wants to make a Y4, and these things are great fun. I got a drone, I've got a 200, race class, and I've got this little guy. And I also built a long time ago, oops, my camera fell off. I don't use this anymore. It's just for a display. A brushed Y4 as well. And I like Y4s. They're fun. I don't want a fleet full of them, but they're fun. Now, some of the characteristics you have to think about. They do fly like a normal quad. It is not a tricopter. You have 4 propellers, four motors. Tricopters have a servo on the back that tilts that rear blade. But the thing about a Y4 is they're very, very fast this way. They pitch very, very, very well, and they yaw very, very well, okay? And I did a video a while back called What the fuck is a Y4? It's like WTF is a Y4. And if you guys go watch that video, it's only like 15 minutes long, but it goes through drones, quads, micros. I can't remember if I built this one at that point. I don't think I had. But it explains counter rotation and how they fly and things like that. The thing that these things aren't as agile on is the roll, because essentially you're only ever rolling with two props. Well, one prop, essentially, okay? This one, if you want to roll this way, motor 2 is going to spin up. If you're going to roll this way, motor 4 is going to spin up. So that's where you do lose. I really can't tell a whole lot flying, but flying these things is fun as shit. So it is also, what fucking time is it? 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock, whatever time it is. So I can't go outside and fly this for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my El Cheapo Crapo hat cam that I use. And I'm just going to buzz this thing up in the garage so you guys can see it. If anybody wants a little bit more detail on how to make one of these things, please contact me. They're fun, rainy day project. You got a frame you want to chop up. You could use a fly egg frame, believe it or not. Fly egg's a perfect candidate because it's got those types of arms. You can cut them and bolt them in, and a fly egg would look pretty cool. Let's see. Especially a fly egg 130. I don't know if I would use a regular 100. Yeah, I think that would work. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to try and get some real flight footage for you tomorrow, with the goggles and everything. But I'm just going to pop it in the garage a little bit so you guys can see that it does fly and it does work. Great rainy day project. So, bam. Quick movie. Happy Thanksgiving. Here's the little tiny garage flight footage. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow during the drone build. Bam. Have a good one. Bye. All right. El Cheapo hot hat cam. Now, what I didn't even charge this battery up. I was going to use a 3S, but these cheap-ass Baby Hawk ESCs don't like it. So I'll discharge that later. And this is not even charged. This is a storage charge 2S. What is that piece of shit? 450. I run all my micros off my Radio Link, and just because I'm too lazy to change them all over to Tyrannus. All those are Tyrannus. So we're going to see what happens. There we go. See what happens. Now this is me trying not to crash this thing. Like that. All right, let's try it again. Really need to take this outside and just beat on it. Oh well, you get the idea. We lost it. So, it does fly. Have a good one, kids. Kids' bikes, real bikes. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bam, JJ. Hope you like fishing.